Man, choosing between these 5 girls, which one do you want to date, is much harder than you think. What up y'all, it's the Black Critic Guy, and today I'm here to review the anime Shuffle. And I gotta say, I enjoyed a lot of this anime. So the basic premise of Shuffle is it takes place in this alternate universe where it's never really explained though, but the angel world and the demon world has crossed paths with the human world, and they sort of integrated into our world, so now angels and demons live among us, and we really don't care, we're like, it's normal. And we basically follow this kid by the name of Rin Tsuchimi, who is this average 17-year-old boy who goes to school, he lives a normal life, and one day he meets these 2 girls, one from the angel world and one from the demon world. The one from the angel world, her name is Saya, with red hair, and the one from the demon world is named Narine, with blue hair. And basically, apparently he met these 2 girls in his past when they were young, and he did something nice for them, and they fallen head over heels for him, and now he must choose between the 2 which one he wants to marry. And not only those 2, but 2 other girls, one his best friend from a long time ago, and another a girl that he's been living with for almost most of his life. And now the story of Shuffle begins. Now I was recommended to watch this anime by one of my subscribers, Killer Zero Ham Ham Poo, and like I said, I did enjoy it. There are a lot of elements though that reminded me of Air, Clannad, and other extremely melodramatic animes, but since I knew going into this anime that it would be a melodramatic anime, I kind of prepared myself for the overwhelming melodrama, and I was used to it and I was okay with it. In fact, I would say that I thought the drama in this anime was handled better than in Air or Clannad or Toradora. Let's talk about what really made this anime just awesome. The characters. Every single one of them were entertaining, they were fun to watch, they were well developed, they had charisma, everything. Especially, I gotta say, the secondary characters is what made this show awesome in my book. The best secondary characters, without a doubt, is Sia and Narine's dads. They are the funniest, most entertaining part of this anime. I wish I could have saw a show with them, because seriously, any moment with them in this show is a funny ass moment. It's hilarious, it's so entertaining. I really love Sia's dad more, because Narine's dad, he's more like composed, he really doesn't act super silly, but Sia's dad, he will say whatever he wants. Like, he'd be ragging on Rin about, hey, marry my daughter, and then his daughter would just throw a chair at his face, and he's like, wah! Made some of the funniest scenes in this anime, and I really enjoyed it. Some of the side characters that really stood out to me were Kareha, the best friend of Asa, who is one of the love interests of Rin, and every time she ever heard the word love or saw some romantic thing, she would start like glowing up and saying, oh my god, it's so cute. Another one is Mayumi, who's this girl with different color eyes, like one's kind of light purple, the other one's like dark purple, at least that's how I saw it, who's this kind of flat-chested girl who gets ragged on by Itsuki, who I will get into real soon, about being flat-chested, and no one ever really notices her, and she's like, what the hell, man, I have personality too. And then we got Itsuki, the best friend to Rin, who's kind of an asshole, but you just can't help but love the guy. He's so funny. He's a class act creep. Basically, he goes after any girl that he possibly could. And even at the end where, you know, he picks one of the girls, Rin will pick one of the girls, he's like, don't worry, man, I'll take the other 3 from you and we'll call it even. He was a very entertaining character, and I liked him a lot. Also, this anime has a lot of running gags. Probably my favorite and the most funniest running gag in the show is that every girl that Rin has an interest towards has their own secret society of guys that kind of swoon over them. And there will be episodes where he's walking with all the girls and he gets surrounded like on all 4 corners by the different groups that like these 4 girls, and he's like, oh crap. And he gets chased by them so that they can beat the living shit out of him. It was one of the funniest scenes in this anime. And the most memorable of all the groups were these guys who like Kaide, called the KKK, and every time they made mention to their name, they're like, oh, we're part of the KKK, but not the bad guys with the sheets and stuff. No, we're the Kaide something something group, and I was rolling on the floor laughing. Now let's talk about the characters. Rin Tsuchimi. I really do like Rin Tsuchimi. He's entertaining. He's kind of like every typical guy in the visual novel based anime. He's kind of the nice guy who just tries to take care of all the girls. He's really nice. I like him. And then we got the 5 girls vying for Rin's love. You got Sia, Narine, Kaide, Asa, and Primala. Now, look at these girls. who would you choose? I mean, I really just felt his dilemma. Like, he got these 5 gorgeous girls all fighting for his love, and the choices, it's hard. I mean, there were times where I wanted him to go with Sia. There were times I wanted him to go with Kaede or Asa. Now here's where I will differ from a lot of things. I felt that Narune's, like, her feelings were more of like, oh, we can be great friends. Like, I never got a romantic feeling from Narune. But yeah, the choices of picking which of these girls that he wanted to date, I kind of felt his dilemma, because each one of the girls had their own unique qualities that made them special and made him want to kind of date that girl. I mean, you got Sia, this really outgoing, very energetic girl who is never boring to hang out with. It's always a fun time. You got Narune, who's this really sweet and kind-hearted girl. You got Asa, who's been his best friend, and he's kind of familiar with her for the longest time, and they have such a great rapport. You got Kaede, who basically lives with Rin now and basically grown a relationship. I really liked how they developed all of these characters, and I really loved their backstory of how they met Rin and their backstories with other characters. Like, one of my favorite backstories dealing with a character is actually Asa and her mom. How they developed that backstory, I really liked. And the development between Rin, which was my favorite backstory, was actually Kaede and Rin. I really liked that because how their relationship started off, it was really rocky, and how it ended, it was really rocky as well. But like, I really felt that development in those characters. And the ending to the anime, I was actually very satisfied with. Who he ended up with, I was satisfied with it. Now to get to the things that kind of bothered me about the show. The first thing that really just irritated me, and I wondered why, what was the point, was did we really need to put a demon and angel world in this anime? Because to be honest, none of them serve a significant point in the plot, the grand scheme of the anime. There's like one scene where it actually might have mattered because they do go to the demon world once, but you never really get to venture out into the demon world. You don't even get to see the angel world, not once. I mean, it's all speculation. You don't know what the world is like. And I thought, you know, since the demons and angels can come to our world, can't we go into their world and venture out? One thing I really wanted to see was, like, I wanted to see one of, like, the demons or an angel come down and, like, fight Rin for the love of Sia or Narune. I mean, these two are the princesses of their own individual worlds. I'm pretty damn sure there's somebody out there in the other worlds that want their love as well. Why didn't they play that off? That would have been funny. And going off the whole princesses thing, I felt like it was redundant because it didn't serve any major significance to the plot. Like, they didn't go to some place and say, hey, I'm the princess of blah 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 and my dad is the king of the demon / angel world, let me in. That never happened. It never served any major point in the plot. And you probably would never even think they were princesses because they never did anything that was of royalty. They never made speeches. They never wore dresses, like really outlandish and, you know, flamboyant dresses that princesses and princes wear. They seem like regular girls. They easily could have been regular girls. Or they easily could have been some random angel or demon from another world. One thing that just annoyed me in this anime is how they always switch back and forth from being really comical to really dramatic, and really comical and really dramatic. It does it like 3 times in the anime. I'm like, there you can make a great balance between it being comical and dramatic. I mean, other animes have done it before, you can handle it, but either they have to be extremely comedic or extremely dramatic, and I was like, you don't need to do that. So overall, though it had a few minor problems, Shuffle is a really entertaining anime filled with very likable and very entertaining characters, really good side characters, a lot of comedy, a lot of drama, it's handled very well, and I really enjoyed this anime. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely worth watching. If you're a fan of like melodramas like Cleanin' Air, Canon, Toradora, School Rumble maybe too, you'll really enjoy this anime. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you like it a lot? Did you hate it? And let me know who is the girl that you would have picked out of the 5. For me, it's between either Asa or Sia, because they're just so fun to watch. I don't know which one to pick. Comment below and let me know. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace YouTube.